Welcome to the Healing Within channel, and today I'm going to reuse a candle induction and kind of just improve a skill a little bit. It's always good to get feedback from others and adjust and to improve skill, just learning more. It's always a fun way to get yourself out there. And as for those who are new to hypnosis, this induction is used with hypnosis is just a way to focus your attention, like kind of a involvement with your mind to help create a focus point and go around overthinking brain just to get a subconscious state. It's kind of one way to do that. So the candle we will be using, see if you can get it to eye level, just so that way it's most effective, or just slightly above. And then from there, we're gonna give you some instructions, and then just do your best to follow along. And we're gonna have some fun with this. And just let yourself be a little bit curious about how your mind can do something different. If you have a hard time with mindfulness or hypnosis, it's not so much that a person's not able to do that. It's more of, your mind telling yourself your mind's not going to be able to do it, then you're not going to be able to do it. And that's just not fun. So let yourself try something different. So a good way to start, find a comfortable position, whether you're laying down or just sitting in a chair. But wherever you're at, just somewhere that you can be for a little while. So go ahead, and if you need to pause the recording to do that, just go ahead and pause, just adjust things. Good. And assume that you either paused or but not getting how you need to be. And let's begin. So just gonna follow some instructions alongside with me, and doing that kind of make it more effective. So now we're gonna go ahead and start, and as we do so, take in 5 deep breaths in and out, and while staring at this candle at the same time. So go ahead and stare at this candle, deep breath in, and breathing all the way out. One, all the way back in, deep breath in. Just kind of helping slow ourselves down. All the way out. 2, deep breath in. As you breathe out on this next one, relaxing even more, all the way out. Relaxing even more. Continue on your own. 3. Helping the oxygen get into the body. Those deep breaths in and out. While continuing to stare at that candle, while you're breathing these deep breaths in and out, notice the flame. Focusing your attention now on the part of the flame, the heart of the flame, the center. There's that tallness of the flame. Color of the flame. The movement of the flame. And you can even eventually lose some focus or blink. That's completely normal, no big deal. Just start in the middle of the flame. Notice how you can just stare at it. No big deal. Then begin just breathing in that cool air going in. Breathing out the tension, winding all the way out. Helping us unwind the tension like a knot. Cool air going in. As you breathe out, unwinding, unwinding, unwinding. Just breathing in one more time. Feeling that cool air going in. Hold your breath. Hold, hold, hold. Now as you breathe out, close your eyes and breathe all the way out. Whole body relaxed, just letting go of all the tension completely in your body like a rag doll. Just completely relaxed. While your eyes remain closed, just visualize that flame in your mind now. Just as you were staring at it and noticing at it before, bring it up in your mind, staring at the center of that flame with the tallness, the brightness, the center. That's right. Notice how that flame can just be a relaxing feel to the body as you focus on the flame. And now opening the eyes, staring at the candle once again, the part of the flame, noticing the color and the center of the flame, how it flows. You might notice as you look at the flame that one portion of the flame can be especially bright, sort of glowing, center heart of the flame. Just kind of focusing on that part, the glowing core of the flame. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, close your eyes again, closing the eyes, all the way out, breathing again. As your eyes are closed, visualize the flame again in your mind. Tallness of the flame. Everything else around is just dark except for the flame. It's your focus. Everything safe. As you begin to stare at the flame, notice how you can watch that candle just kind of melt a little bit as you can see the wax on the side melting down in your mind. Candle wax melting on the side. Allowing that candle flame to be a way just to slow the mind. Clearing the mind as you focus your attention on the flame and the candle wax. You can allow your body to start relaxing more than ever before. And just like that candle melting the wax, let's go ahead and notice the top of our head. Those micro muscles that we hold, the chin, the jaw, the eyes. And just like that candle of wax melting, let all the tension in your muscles and bones, micro tensions and fibers of your body, let it melt. Melting, melting, relaxed. And even the muscles in the neck and the shoulders and back, imagine them melting, settling in and relaxing. And when you allow them to melt and unwind, you can move to different parts of the body to relax and melt. Just allowing your conscious mind, that is part of us that processes information to come into our five senses, while the subconscious mind stores the process of this information. It's kind of like saying alarm can be used to keep us alert and notice things, but we don't need our conscious mind right now, so let's just allow the subconscious mind to take over for a moment and experience the meaning of relaxing, unwinding and melting the muscles, in the whole body, which helps you clear the mind. The more the mind's cleared, the more you're relaxed, which means you're focused and relaxed. For those that might have a harder time relaxing, perhaps, I want you to imagine as your eyes remain closed, imagine that your best friend or someone you care about sitting in a chair, wanting to be hypnotized, and you're the one that's going to show them how to do that with some of these instructions. So form an awareness of that person you care about. Notice how they sit in that place, what they're wearing, the color of their hair. And I want you to give them the instruction to the person after me in your mind. Just in your mind, imagining, thinking that as we're speaking and then you re-speak to that friend or person you care about, they follow instructions. So as you're imagining this person, tell that person to start by closing their eyes, saying it in your mind. Now repeating to them to relax the tiny muscles around the eyes. Notice if they're relaxed. Good. Now tell the person to relax the facial muscles, just very slowly, very gradually. Talking them through relaxing their whole body, the rest of their body, working them down from head to toes and the shoulders to the fingertips. Now in your mind, tell your person to breathe slowly in and deeply all the way out, deeper and deeper. Deeper and deeper. As their body can feel either lighter and lighter with each and every breath they breathe in, or they might find as they breathe out, the body can become heavier, heavier, and then relax more and more. As you're teaching that friend, you can be your best friend and help yourself relax, telling yourself how to relax, just letting it happen. As wise as you are, you can do that for yourself. That's right. So now I'm going to count from 5 to 1. And when we get to 1, we're going to step into a room. It's called the subconscious mind room. And in that room, we're just going to be an observer, like to a movie that's about our childhood, our inner child, which we'll talk about when we get there. So here we go. Here we go. 5. First step on the stairs. Maybe change it up a little bit. Maybe this could be stone step going down, or something else, something comfortable. Next step down. 4. Calmer and calmer. More and more relaxed. 4. Still on that step. Preparing to take the next step. 3. Slowing down. Slowing down the mind just like a clock. 2. I want to get to 1, not yet, but when I get to 1, imagine opening a door and going in it. Into a room where it's like a movie theater. Learning, a room of your subconscious mind, where you can really learn a lot. So here we go. Just taking the next step down. Relaxing completely when we step into 1. Here we go. 1. As you hit that number, notice how relaxed, deeply relaxed, utterly relaxed you can be. That's right. In fact, the more relaxed you become, the more focused you can become in your subconscious mind, which means you can learn and experience all the things that there's to learn in this place. In this place, just like you're moving to a nice, comfortable chair staring at a screen, learning by inner child, there exists a theory entitled transactional analysis, which states within each one of us is a parent, a child, and an adult element. We're going to go through those in our mind, really taking in some of these concepts. Starting with the parent. And the parental element is a collection of ideas and beliefs that we kind of internalized into our primary caregivers, our parents. And have you ever said to yourself something like, I sound just like my father or my mother? And it's helpful to be aware of this aspect of yourself when making decisions and judgments. You want to make sure that it is you who are making the decisions and not your parents. Or if you begin to make a decision and you hear your father's voice in the back of your head telling you what you should do, or mom, it might be best to stop for a second and reconsider what's best for you. For many times, what our parents teach us is a sound advice in our mind, but not always. They constantly second guess yourself every time you attempt to make a decision. And you might want to investigate where the conflict is stemming. It may be that you just need to create a stronger boundary around your own beliefs and attitudes, separating them from beliefs and attitudes and opinions of others. And that does include your parents. Because children internalize all kinds of beliefs and ideas from their parents, which can later create many problems for an individual. And some of those examples of irrational or negative or self-defeating beliefs I've heard from people are things like the world's not safe, things are unfair, people can't be trusted, or Some people might even say some sad things like women aren't supposed to enjoy sex. If you sin, you'll burn in hell. And only crazy people get help with therapists. They'll never be good enough. And you can fill in the blank of your version of what yours are, and so on. Believing these things can make you mistrusting, suspicious, confused, fearful, and depressed. It can also make you behave accordingly. If you feel that no one can be trusted, you may become untrustworthy as well. So be careful when it comes to making choices in your life. Make sure the choices are your decision and nobody else's. The transactional analysis, that parent, child, and adult element. The adult element is part of you that you're using right now. It's part of you that makes logical and good decisions in life. Collects information. It holds it up against other experiences you've had, where you find that you're facing another decision and trying to figure out if it's the right decision. And if it's your decision, based on experiences, you're likely to make a good decision. And it's kind of like a referee between the parent and child part of you, where you're looking at experiences of your past, but also making rational decisions now. The child is the impulsive, playful, creative part of your personality. It's what seeks instant gratification. It wants things immediately, when pouts when it doesn't get it. And to think that our life is kind of like a script completely formed by the time we're 8 years old. How scary would it be to have our lives run by an 8-year-old? This may be more valid than we would like it to believe. Because most of us are highly influenced by what took place in childhood. If you're hurt as a young child, associating hurt with being loved, you're operating from your child part. If you grew up in an abusive household as a child, you probably unconsciously could be associating chaos with love. Which would explain why you might have trouble in relationships and aspects of your life now. Another thought that exists is that we end up searching for and attracting partners who resemble our parents in some way. I'm sure you've heard this before. If you're a female, you unconsciously seek our father or substitute. If you're male, you seek out a woman who resembles mom. And those can even be translated if you're LGBTQ, or those things, the seeking out opposite. And I've seemed to resist the notion as long as I could. It seems to make sense, that This is partially why we tend to attract the same type of people into our lives. And think about it. Did you have a controlling or domineering parent? Someone who always is in control? Is your person the same way? Did you have a parent you were always trying to please and take care of? Are you doing the same thing now as an adult? Or did you perhaps have a parent that used guilt or shame to get what they wanted? Did you or do you have a partner like this in your life? And here's the scariest question of all. Are you like this now? If you answered yes to any of these questions, the question you want answered is, how do I stop this cycle of this behavior? This thing that's unhealthy or unwanted? And, well, you must go back and heal the child inside you. It's accomplished by finding your inner child's needs and desires. What that inner child's fears are. And guiding that inner child through the healing process. Until this is kind of done, your true self will just not be able to fully emerge. Because it'd be too risky. But if you want to be brave, and it's good to be brave, it's what helps us move forward. This next part that we mentioned, this next exercise, will kind of help you get in touch with your inner child. Its purpose to help you uncover any hidden insights, provide you with more positive, loving beliefs and attitudes, and to experience nurturing, encouragement, and protection, understanding. So here we go. If you're really open to being brave a little bit, just a little bit, and if you do a little bit, you can do a little bit more. So allow the positive, loving feelings just to flow through your whole body. Positive, safe, secure, and relaxed feeling move through you. Allow for a deep relaxation just to cascade over your entire being. And as you're already relaxed, we can already do this more quickly. Imagine your whole body just to be comforted like a blanket wrapped around you. The warm comfort, just like you're being held in a positive way, a safe way. As your mind and body begin to relax, I want you to imagine that you're walking through a peaceful and relaxing paradise. A place that you can walk through that makes you feel safe and protected. Very peaceful and at ease. Notice the sounds you hear in this paradise, this beautiful place. Each and every step you take. Hearing the ground beneath you as you walk. And even the smells around you, perhaps from plants or something from the fresh air. Notice what you feel. Notice if that warm sun, warm on the face, or perhaps gentle breeze that's on your skin. Notice what you see. Just beautiful colors, bright greens, blues, perhaps in the sky, or other colors. And as you move along this path, paradise, farther on the path, no big deal. You can kind of see someone coming down the path, walking towards you, a smaller person. As they start getting closer, you recognize it's a child. It feels familiar, too familiar. Wearing perhaps that favorite shirt you once loved when you were a child. You realize that child's you. That inner child wearing their favorite shirt or outfit. And notice the child's facial expressions, the posture of the parent appearance. Does the child look frightened? Perhaps fearful or shy? Angry? Sad? Lonely? Or perhaps happy and content? And notice how you can sit down as the adult next to that child part of yourself and ask, how are you doing? Ask how that child part of you is feeling. And it's easy to be wanting to rush this, but be patient. Take your time and wait for the reply. Let's gonna do this now. I'm gonna stop talking for a moment, but just wait for the reply from that child part of you as you ask how that child part of you is doing and what kind of need that child needs, whether it be protection, a friend, someone to love and appreciate the child. Just do this now. You may want to take some time here to explain some things to that child that you've learned as being an adult. Just remember, we understand things differently when we're an adult than when we did as a child. Sometimes when parents work all the time to support the family for the children they love very much, yet as the child's perspective, they might think the parent was never around and that the parent doesn't love the child. Explain to your inner child how the parent did their best with what they had, and give that part of yourself the knowledge that needs to be healed. Healing those wounds from the past with the knowledge of what you have as an adult, giving to that child part of you. And do that for a moment. Good. Now I want you to promise that child part of yourself that you'll do everything in your power to give that child part of you what that child part of you needs. You will provide the protection and security, love and attention. You will be reliable and trustworthy just for that child part of you, a friend that child part of you needs and desires, no matter what anyone else does. Because from now on, you will be there for that child part of you. Tell this child part of you this. And if you don't say it in a sincere way, that child part of you will just see right through that. It needs to be sincere, not fake. Take a moment and tell that child part of you how you're gonna take care of that part of you. Perfect. Excellent. Now imagine giving that child part of you that hug. And as you do so, telling yourself that you're beautiful, those little smiles on your face can make someone's day even brighter than perhaps you might be feeling now. And that the child has a wonderful future ahead. You don't have to be scared because you have you now, that adult part of you. Then hold that child part of you close to your heart and feel the love between you. As you do this, look down on the face of your child part of yourself and notice the warm, loving, that smile pressured against the face. You're just gonna hold that part of you. And that child part of you can begin fading away, becoming one with you again as this occurs. Now, child part of you back into you, being just one person. Feel the warm glow just begin to fill your body. Warm glow in your body. An inner peace. Wonderful healing energy that can begin to emerge within you. Allow that inner light to fill your body and your mind, spirit, love, peaceful energy. Know that this child part of you is only a thought away, and that child part of you can hear what you think about yourself. So be careful, just like we say positive and loving, supportive thoughts that flow down to this child part of you, so do the negative ones, critical and hurtful ones. Finally, just imagine yourself surrounded by a beautiful kind of white light. Feel your whole body immersed within this protective light, loving energy. And when you're ready, just taking a slow, deep breath. Just giving yourself some of that space as you think subconsciously that several things could have taken place during this exercise. So let's kind of go over some of them in your mind. First of all, noticing if you had some trouble facing that inner child. Often people have a lot of hard time doing that. It can be kind of hard or uneasy. Sometimes that's where we go back to times in our life that were dark, or periods of time where we could have been unhappy, or some people even happy, and as an adult they're not, and so it could be hard to miss some of those times. And if you found yourself extremely emotional and holding back those emotions, try to give yourself an opportunity to let them out. If you have that feeling like you want to cry or yell or something else, express these emotions. Give yourself a chance just to get it out. You don't need to restrain these emotions anymore. It can make you feel sick, so let them out. I always say that tears come from ice melting around your heart. You're able to tell your inner child that you love yourself. You love that child. And the path toward inner peace and harmony can be experienced just by showing love to that child part of you. If you have a harder time doing this, And this kind of tells you where you need to focus your attention. Because above all else is the essential need to be loved, appreciated, supported, especially by yourself. Even if you're made to feel unworthy or unwanted as a child, doesn't mean you have to feel that way now. Because as children, we don't have much choice to be other than be treated the way that we're treated, or how we were made to feel. However, as adults, we do have a choice about how we want to feel. We're not underneath the roof of our parents anymore. We're adults. So kind of just thinking about it. Have you ever asked yourself what harm it would be to love yourself? Because what do you risk losing if you're being loving, accepting, and kind of appreciate yourself? You already know the consequences of not loving yourself. Doesn't make much sense to invest in so much time and energy that makes you feel that rotten. But of course, not every person's gonna want to feel miserable. But some people might get used to feeling miserable because it feels safe, or it gives you a way to control. But you don't need to do that now. As an adult, you have choice. A way to love and treat yourself with respect. And part of the reason you should do this is because we gotta stop waiting around for other people to make us feel better. As you're able to make yourself feel better, you're capable of that. Because if you're not able to work on making yourself feel better, not willing to do that, even your prince or princess or whatnot driving a white, beautiful convertible won't even be able to get through that wall that you've created, keeping them out. That kindness and love will just bounce off the wall, getting nowhere. And the same goes for life. If you truly don't know what you want in life, how can you expect others to know for you? You need to figure this out yourself. Figuring out what is important to you. And sometimes the easiest way to figure that out is figuring out what's not important to you. And then flip it to figure out what is important to you and live by that example. To love and appreciate yourself and others will just naturally follow you. Or if you treat yourself like a doormat, how do you expect others to treat you any different than a doormat? Instead, if you change and focus your mind on positive things, positive change, working on removing clutter in your life, that's people or places, things that cause the mind to be cluttered. You'll soon begin to realize that your mind can be much more clear. Long-awaited relief. So, encourage you to engage in this exercise, visualizing yourself in that paradise, peaceful place, coming on a trail, your inner child, and sitting down with that child part of you, having a conversation, taking the time to slow down. Or when you slow down and listen to your child part and understand, you begin to improve self-esteem, confidence, because you'll understand what that part of you needs. Protecting that part of you as you would any other child. Letting that child part of you emerge, come out from the hiding. It sounds good, doesn't it? Because it can feel better. And you can just notice how you don't have to wait. You can let that child part of you come out now and look forward to what can come next. Very good. Now take the next 20 seconds. Take as much time as you need. For the next 20 seconds, work your way back all the way to the room, body back to normal, mind clear and focused. With that new awareness that you can let that child part of you be part of your life. And also learning to parent yourself when it comes to decisions, not so much always letting the decisions of others control your life. So take the next 20 seconds starting now, come all the way back. When you're ready, eyes will open. Now, if you like the recording, please like, share, subscribe, leave comments below. And you can hit the notification button bell if you like to have updates, because I'll be doing more videos. So thanks for listening, and hope you heal from within.